for the land of the...
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Giles. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Zubac. Back to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Rebound by Nurkic.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Here's Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And the wide open shot from Morris. Offline with his 3. Powell down low. Defended by Beverly. The shot by Powell, no good.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
From deep, George. That one, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. In deep. And that's good off the glass that time.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Lillard with it.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
George looking around. Over McCollum. And it's George again missing.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Clippers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Leonard the pass to Beverly. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverly will not back down from contact.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And a wide open look for McCollum. And it's off from 3-point range. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Giles leading the charge. That bucket in no time at all.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that 3, the more the floor opens up.
Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. There's the triple. The offensive rebound.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Now here's McCollum. Pass to Lillard. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Powell for 3. Here's Giles. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the team.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
The Clippers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Lillard comes with the double team. Here's George. Sweet little floater. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
George against McCollum. There's a minute left in the first. 3-pointer, Lillard. Morris with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen. Wow.
The pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Now here's Lillard. That one good for 2.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
The Clippers in the lead. Outside Leonard. Powell with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ahead. Here's Nurkic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Now Jackson. To the paint. Over to the wing. Man passes to Batum. 1 second left. It's all tied in Portland. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched it.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
They have done a tremendous job of drawing contact and putting officials in a place where they simply have to make the call.
We've got Anthony. He's out there with Little. Nurkic is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Here's Anthony. Off target at the rim.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Kennard for 3. Here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Feeds to Little, stolen by Jackson. High post to Ibaka. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one's on Anthony. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivals. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now here's Beverly. He's tightly guarded. Leonard with the bucket.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard. Doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Here's Little. Trailblazers keep it alive. And Kent are able to finish.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Leonard looking around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Here's Simons. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Out left to the wing. Shoots. He can't hit that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. George with the ball. Can't recover. George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. He feeds it to Morris. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Beverly over Anthony, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Anthony.
What you have to love about Patrick Beverly is the long road to the NBA and his commitment to getting there. Think about this, guys. 3 different European leagues before he signs with the Rockets. I don't know how you can't appreciate that kind of work ethic.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And it's Lillard missing. Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's George, and it's Paul George with the finish.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Now, here's Lillard. Fires for 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Lillard from outside. They get it again. Giles. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's Giles missing. Los Angeles leading by 3. Now, here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And here's McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground. And that'll...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Ibaka, Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the 3 spot. Here's Nurkic after the Clippers pick up 2. McCollum with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Jackson against Lillard, and stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And it's a 3-point Portland lead.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
The pass to Kennard. Dishes it to Batum. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Just 5 to shoot. Kennard for 3. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got 5 rebounds tonight. It's McCollum with the drive. Rebound by the Clippers. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Batum. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. McCollum outside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Powell kicks to McCollum. Lets it go with a 3. Trailblazers keep it alive. 3-pointer Lillard. Unable to get that one.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Jackson misses. The Trailblazers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Powell. And that one is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. To the middle. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Giles. Defended by Batum. Offensive rebound. Nurkic can't get the reverse layup to fall. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Now here is Ibaka. And stolen by Lillard. Pushing it up. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Batum finds Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. McCollum outside. Jacks up a 3. Portland with a new 14. Great positioning on the putback. Giles has got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Outside for Batum. 5 on the clock. Jackson dishes to Batum. Over Giles. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's Lillard missing.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Jackson. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. 17 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
There's 14 seconds left to play here in the third. Jackson looking it over. He dishes it to Ibaka. 2 on the clock, and Ibaka slams it in.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Trailblazers lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship? right here. I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Ennis Cantor is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Little. And it's Simons in at the one. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Cantor kicks to Hollis-Jefferson. Offensive rebound. And Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
George passes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Here's Simons. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
Simons surveying the D. Cantor finds Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Here's Simons. Second chance shot, and it's Anthony getting it to go. Anthony's got his first basket.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Here's Leonard. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Anthony, the pass to Simons. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And an intentional foul right there. So for the Trailblazers, Powell, he's checked in for Little. Collum comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And that one's good. Beverly.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Lillard outside. The dish now to Anthony. Here's Cantor. The shot from the low post is good. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Now, here is George. And that'll be 2. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. And it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Huge moment for Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Releases from 15, and it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum's got his 4th rebound in this one. The shot by Powell, no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Inside, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, it's 6'9" with good athleticism. Dunking, not a problem for Mr. Morris. Give him some space, and he makes you pay.
It's McCollum on the wing. Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And here's Leonard from three. Zubats kicks to Beverly. Oh, good on the triple.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Anthony finds McCollum. Three-pointer, Lillard. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just one.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now, here's George. All sorts of time. Good.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Lillard from outside. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
Ice in the veins right there. They're one stop away from winning this thing.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Nets, we've got Irving. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Griffin in at the 5 spot. Now here's Griffin. Harden outside. From past the arc, that drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Nurkic finds McCollum, drills the three-pointer.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Harden against Lillard. Here is Harden. Basket, good. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Durant deciding where to go with it. And KD throws it down.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Now, here's Lillard. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Nurkic, the pass to Powell. They grab their own miss. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Here's Irving. Harris finds Irving. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Harden with the stop.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard with it.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Harris kicks to Durant. There's the feed to Irving. Here's Griffin. Back to Durant. Shoots the 3. No good that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Irving against McCollum. From deep three-point range, Irving can't hit. Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Nobody near Lillard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Covington against Griffin. And stolen by Lillard. Powell, no one around him. Nurkic finds Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Lillard. And it's good off the back rim and in.
About time he got one to fall there before that 6 straight misses to start this one.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the basket by McCollum.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now here's Irving. Griffin. Nurkic with the block. And he gets it back. And it's Durant missing.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Luwawu. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Brown, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Here's Simons following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Anthony down low, working on Green. Back to Anthony. It's stolen by Green. Here's Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Canner. Fires the three. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. The Nets with the lead. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Dinwiddie against Anthony. Stolen by Cantor. And here we go. Hollis Jefferson passes to Simons. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And Brooklyn with another turnover here.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green, and Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Simons, covered by Irving. Cantor kicks to Hollis Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. Simons. Brooklyn with the rebound. Now Kevin Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
Pass to Cantor. Hollis Jefferson with it. Trailblazers moving the ball around. The three from Anthony. That shot off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And he commits the intentional foul.
no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now here's Jordan. Left side, Brown. Lobs it up for Jordan. And he banks in the layup. And now a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Powell. Portland no good that time either.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Trailblazers trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now, here is Irving. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pops it up for Jordan. That one doesn't drop.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Lillard surveying the D. Hits it from three-point range. Now just a 2-point Nets lead.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T. And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post. Exactly.
I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And a close.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The deepest hole they got themselves in. And that should...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. McCollum, no good. Nets leading by 4. Outside Jordan. The three from KD. Rebound by the Trailblazers. One-on-one here. Here's McCollum. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He hits Brown with the drive. To the paint. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Brown. Brown's got his 4th assist in this one. Lillard against Irving. The pass to McCollum. Launches it. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Joe Harris comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And James Harden has subbed in for Brown. And here is Harris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And stolen by Lillard. For the finish. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
Now here's Irving. Dishes it to Griffin. Outside Durant, down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And a wide open look for McCollum. They get it back. Covington kicks to Lillard. From deep. It's Powell on the wing. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Griffin slams it in. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Here's Irving following the basket by C.J. McCollum. From 6 away, it's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 6.
Solid rebound there, and with a score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Durant, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Harden surveying the D. Outside Griffin. On the wing, Harris. But they recover it. Off target from outside.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
The three from Harden. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now Portland on the break. Here's Anthony. Simons, and it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound in this one. Dinwiddie outside. No good on the 3. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Really, it's a thing of beauty to watch Hollis Jefferson move the ball like that. I mean, he's a team-oriented guy who looks to make the pass as much as possible.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Passes it to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Simons. Back to Anthony. Over Claxton. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so is Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Griffin, Harden out there with Harris, and it's Claxton in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now, here is Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. Now, here's Dinwiddie. Knocked away. And now Portland on the break. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Little.
And such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Here's Simons. He lobs it up, and Cantor throws it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Here's Claxton. after Enes Kanter's basket. Right side, Griffin. Harris outside. Here's Hollis Jefferson. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Lets the three fly. And it's Simons missing. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Dinwiddie finds Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist. A big target with strength and bounce.
Dinwiddie against McCollum. Lillard from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Now here's Jordan. Pass to Claxton, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving comes in for James Harden. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Nets leading by 5. Here's Irving. And it's rebounded by Covington. McCollum outside. A pull-up. Right through the cylinder that time. All net.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Now here's Jordan. Back to Irving. Feeds to Harris. Jordan the pass to Irving, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Green, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And a switch here also for Portland. Anthony's checked in. Lillard outside. And stolen by Jordan. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Here's Irving. And foul on the coach's challenge has been issued. A scheme like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie attacking. Nurkic with the block. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Lillard finds Powell to take the lead. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky that he was off.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. And Portland making a change here. Panthers checked in. .36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Kanter kicks to McCollum. The pass to Lillard. Three-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Passes to Powell. Misses the tray. And a wide open look for Irving. Got it.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. Los Angeles, California. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Griffin. And it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. Now, here's George. The feed now to Leonard. Pass to Morris. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Morris has got the first points on the scoreboard for Los Angeles.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Count that one.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Jordan, high post. Irving for three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
Now Beverly. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan. Can't hit that one. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. From deep, George connects from three-point range.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Harris outside. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And George with the stuff.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Irving passes to Griffin. A shot by Harden, wide open. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. George looking around. And the pass to Leonard. Misses the 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To stop the run. Harris against Leonard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And here's Harden following Marcus Morris's 3. Just 5 on the clock. Harden against Zubac. And the rejection by Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard looking around. That 3 off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The deep 3 from Harden. Harden missing again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
On the wing, George. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Baca against Jordan. And Irving launches it from deep. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Kennard. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Shooting lights out, building a big lead here early on.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Batum, Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Man in at the small forward position. First free throw is good.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. Now here's Ibaka. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Man can't hit. Nets trail by 10. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Man. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Jackson against Harden. Outside Jackson. That shot is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Brown. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Brown's got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Nets trail by 8. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
I don't think we've ever seen a player of Durant's size who can handle the rock that well.
Passes it to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Ibaka outside. Goes up with the stripe. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And from that mid-range area, Serge gotten pretty reliable.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Irving's checked in for James Harden. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
The shot by George, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Now Beverly. Paul George missing from long range. Beverly finds Leonard. Now George. Back to Leonard. Pass to George. To the middle. Pocket 6. And the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent pass, PG-13. Keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Irving looking for an opening. The Nets working the ball around now. Yep, that one goes.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
1:35 left here in the second. And Beverly kicks to Morris. Rebounded by the Nets.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
They kick it out to Green. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 5, and there it is for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Here's Leonard. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Pass to Brown. Here's Claxton. Zubac's defending. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
George, no good. Nets trail by 10. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Durant with the steal. With 1 on the clock. That shot off the mark. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting. That's all for now.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Durant. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at point. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now, here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. It's deflected. Stolen by Jackson. And the layup is good. And the Clippers lead by 8.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
And it's blocked by Jordan. They retain possession. Man passes to Jackson. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Jackson against Irving. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Kennard.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Fast break. Here we go. Back to Jackson. Outside for Batum. Kennard for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Kennard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Durant.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Now, here is Irving. 7 points in the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Durant kicks to Irving. Back to KD. A three-pointer off the mark.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Kennard's shot is off.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Brown is checked in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Beverly. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Brown against George. Shoots over Brown. Leonard, that's for 2. Kept alive. Zubac the pass to Morris. Outside for George. Fires the 3. Pass to Beverly. From deep. Morris trying to free himself up. No good from Zubac.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Durant. 2 free throws coming. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 9. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Over Durant. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 11 points.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard. Just taking what the defense gives him.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And it's George missing.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Brown outside. Pass to Claxton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubats has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside for George. Offensive rebound. Pass to Leonard from past the arc. But they get it back. Back to George. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Right side, Green. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Drains it from 17 feet out. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
You have to give credit to the defenses, protecting the rim, closing out hard. This one's been a grind.
How a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Out there on the floor for the Nets. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
A 3-ball. Outside for George. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. On the wing, George. Morris, left side. Back to George. Tries again. For the 3. That doesn't go either for George.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Here's Harden to the inside. Griffin's shot is off.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
Outside for Griffin. Harris outside. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Clippers leading by 12. To the middle. It's tipped. A 3 from Leonard. The pass to Beverly. And a miss there on the triple. The Nets have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
1:30 left in the 4th. Leonard against Harris. The 3 from George. Good D by Irving.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more. each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
Nobody near Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. The dish to Leonard. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. The three from Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Beverly finds George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. backcourt matchup tonight, Brent. Definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Now here's Powell, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Fires the three. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
George passes to Leonard. First quarter, just over a minute played. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Lillard. And the three off target.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
McCollum finds Nurkic. Fires from deep. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
Now the pass to Beverly. Now Zubac. Knocked loose and stolen by Lillard. Here we go, one-on-one. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
Beverly against Lillard. Here's Leonard, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Here's George after the made shot from Robert Covington. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And it's McCollum in the corner. Powell finds Nurkic, launches it. The shot by Powell, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And it's Leonard missing.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Back to Powell. Passes to Covington. Powell with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Covington stays with it.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
And George kicks to Beverly. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 4. Yep, it counts.
Wow, he really stopped short on that one. The poise, the body control of McCollum, especially evident there when he pulls up.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, the big fella throwing it down hard.
The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Three-pointer, Lillard. They get the rebound. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Leonard looking over the floor. Rebound by Nurkic. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 6-point lead. Here's Beverly. To the left side wing. To the paint. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers lead by 6. We'll be back shortly. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it...
I think it comes from the inner.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball.
Oh, the power on that threw-down.
Unreal. I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Leonard with the steal. Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. Leonard inside. Covered by Anthony. Leonard no luck. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Portland leading. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Cantor, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. 14 feet away. A second chance effort. And they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, the D attempted to foul Cantor before he got that shot off, but too late. Results in the and one.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. John Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Ibaka finds Kennard. Back to Ibaka. 6 to shoot. Here's Kennard. Cans it from short range. Kennard's got his first basket of the night. Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Simons. Portland again missing. Here's the 3. Pass to man. Back to Batum. Another shot, and it's good on the way in. And now just a 3-point Portland lead.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Simons. Portland again missing. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And the basket by Jackson.
And Jackson has become a reliable three-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Count it, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Ibaka, the pass to Kennard. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
Now, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Wallace Jefferson can't hit.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Ibaka finds Kennard. From downtown, the shot comes out, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going. That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Off target with his 3.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Lillard against Jackson. The pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
Great.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny Hunt. And that should do it with the second half of...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Deep 2 from Beverly. Leonard finds Zubats. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Morris.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
And it's Lillard missing. And Los Angeles guys shooting well. They're at 45%.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Beverly with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there 7.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Goes back up. And that one's good. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
George up top. Passes it to Zubac. Inside. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Lillard just a menace when he's driving inside, forces the D to act, which is why he gets those calls.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Here's Powell. The Clippers grab the miss.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Beverly.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverly just getting fired up, and his team is doing the same.
Lillard attacking. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
And he was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
And George kicks to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubac has got 8 points.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Simons, the pass to Anthony. Here's Simons. Now here's Little. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Simons. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. That shot misses.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And the second chance effort by Jackson. Now it's just a 3-point Portland lead.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Over Kennard. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. There's the pass to Kennard. Taken away. Hollis Jefferson with it. Back to Cantor. Fires for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers out in front. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless. And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Here's Simon. Yes, and the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Clippers trail by 6. Past a man. Left side, Batum. Pass to Jackson. 5 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Trailblazers moving the ball around. He kicks it to Little. Tips it. And staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
I see Melo slink himself into position there, and good timing on the offensive rebound putback.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Oh, that was huge.
Incredible. Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons. There's the dish to Carmelo. Over Kennard. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 4. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Cantor, the pass to Little. Over Ibaka. And it's Anthony again missing. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Ibaka goes in.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Beverly against Lillard. That one off the back iron and out. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. A nice shot by Jordan.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. The 17-footer. Portland no good that time either. The Clippers in the lead. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Here's McCollum. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
Shoots from the elbow. Zubac. Money!
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Lillard with no one around. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside Leonard. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Oh, and he got it!
Did that beat the buzzer, Kevin?
Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
Gets the big-time shot to fall, folks.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in a power forward position. Leonard the pass to George. And he converts the layup. George has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to McCollum. Lillard scanning the floor. Ball's knocked loose. Nurkic finds McCollum. That 3 off the mark. The Clippers shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Here's George. The offensive rebound. Zubac, that's good. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 23.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
And there's the pass to Beverly. We're in overtime and 90 seconds gone here in what has been a great one so far. And George gets it to go.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Here's Lillard. McCollum outside. From deep. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by McCollum. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Just about 2 minutes in now to this overtime period. What a game. Leonard. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Robert Covington.
He's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
It counts. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Now, Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Leonard attacking. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Back to Zubac. Stolen by Cantor. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Here's McCollum. The tray. Lillard misses. Cantor. Powell dishes to McCollum. Lillard the pass to Cantor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Anthony. Tries again. Count it!
Melo with another moment.
Now Leonard. They could win it. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. And David.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Brown. And it's Harden in at the one. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle.
Love whenever Griffin finishes with power. I mean, he's showing he's not to be messed with close to the basket.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami, Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. Yeah, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction. Showing off his combo guard skills. McCollum, he isn't just a scorer. He's a solid passer as well.
Harden finds Brown. Harris up top. Right side, Kevin Durant. 6 to shoot. Harris drives in. He gets it in there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's McCollum. Nobody near Lillard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Brown outside. Oh, Griffin in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Lillard, the pass to Covington.
You know, this is the type of guy I like. Undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
And both free throws good for Covington. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Harden the pass to Brown. Back to Harden. Brown outside. Griffin looking it over. 5 on the clock. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
Passes it to McCollum. Lets it go with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now Brown. Here's Harden on the wing. Back to Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. And yes, it's good.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Lillard. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. McCollum dishes to Lillard. The 3. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Lillard. McCollum's got 6.
Got to be aware of McCollum. I mean, he's a competitor. And look, he looks for revenge in these situations.
Durant against Covington. Back to Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. Nurkic with the steal. Here we go, 1-on-1. And Lillard kicks to Covington. Back to Lillard. No one near him. Down it goes. His 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4. 54 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Brown. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it's off from 3-point range. Trailblazers leading by 3. Pass to Nurkic. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Powell for 3. Harden grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Griffin. And it's Portland with the rebound. Tipped away. Griffin with the steal. On the wing, Harris. Shoots over Powell. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Portland out in front. They're up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
They were just the more aggressive team. I mean, feeding off this crowd's energy.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Griffin. And it's Brown in at the 2 spot. 4 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. A nice shot by Simons.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Dinwiddie outside. Back to Irving. We have a step back. No good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Jones, no one around him. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
I mean, he's a strong finisher. He exhibits great body control. Irving, he's a special talent.
And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Jacks up a 3. Anthony kicks to Jones. Pass to Canner. Kicks it out to Jones. Deep 2 from Anthony. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Nets trail by 7. Irving with it. Jones covering. Out to the right wing. Jordan finds Irving. Pass to Dinwiddie. Lobs it up for Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
Here's Simons, covered by Irving. Kicks it out to Jones. Trying to find Canner. Gets it to him. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Jones for 3. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Outside Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And now just a 3-point Portland lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pass to Simons. Oh, good with the triple.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Dinwiddie. Jordan trying to free himself up. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Dinwiddie. Here's Simons, covered by Irving. Back to Hollis Jefferson. To stop the drought. Anthony can't hit. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Llewellyn, defended by Jones. And here is Green. No points in the game yet for him. And the dunk by Jordan.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Durant's checked in for the Nets. Jones for three. No good there. Great D that time from Durant. Brooklyn with the ball. They've got a 10-0 run going. Dinwiddie dishes to Green. The pass to Jordan. Back to Green. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Simon. Portland no good that time either.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. KD passes to Jordan. Green deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Durant. From deep three-point range. Jordan dishes to Dinwiddie. Off target from outside. And that's it for the first half of that. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The deepest hole they got themselves into. And that'll do it.
Rest in peace to the Mamba and baby Gigi.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
We've got Hollis Jefferson. Ennis Cantor is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Harden with it. Down low. Stolen by Cantor. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Anthony leading the charge. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allowed.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the jam by Harden.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie, that one made my day.
Lillard surveying the D. Portland again missing. Nets leading by 3.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting up. So Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Clock is at 3. Here's Harden. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Nurkic finds Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Kicks it out to McCollum. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Lillard outside. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Lillard's got 8.
Pressure doesn't get to Lillard. In fact, I mean, you could argue these situations bring out the best in him.
Here's Durant on the jam by Kevin Durant.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Cullen passes to Lillard. He feeds it to Covington. And Durant sends it back.
Durant covers a ton of ground with his length, using his wingspan to wipe away shots.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Lillard outside. There's the three. Covington kicks to McCullough. Covington passes to Lillard. Over Harden. And it's Lillard missing. Nets leading by 5. Durant down low. Guarded by Powell.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt. The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Griffin. That was an impressive throwdown.
Oh, we've seen this before, I mean, from Griffin. His dunking ability is off the charts.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Passes it to McCollum. Back to Nurkic. He dishes it to McCollum.
And they've fallen completely out of sync here offensively. Not seeing nearly the same movement or flow that we saw in that first half. And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Outside Irving. Hits the three-point bomb. Irving's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
You want to know what sets up Irving's drives? I mean, his ability to hit from distance, his handles, his game. He has it all.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And stolen by Jordan. And they're pushing it up. 3 seconds left. The shot will not fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Irving. Luwawu is out there with Green. Then it's Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. Jordan kicks to Irving. From deep. The rebound by Simons.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Jones. Shoots from the line. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Yeah, guys, but where was the box out? No excuse letting him roam that freely on the glass.
Dinwiddie outside. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game.
Amazing confidence from Irving. He's so skilled at getting inside and getting the shot he wants.
Pass to Anthony. Inside, Simons, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Hollis Jefferson. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Outside, Green. Feeds it to Harris. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Portland again missing.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count him.
Jordan dishes to Irving. Back to Jordan. Stolen by McCollum. Pass to Simons. Covington kicks to McCollum. Lets it go. It's tipped and stolen by Jordan. Harris against Powell. Powell with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And a wide open look for McCollum. Portland no good that time either.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Now, here is Irving. Tight defense on him. Shoots over Nurkic. They kick it out to Green. Covington with the steal. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from McCollum.
What a dead-eye McCollum is from that range. Such a tremendous feel for the mid-range jumper.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And the rebound by Nurkic.
He struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Gotta love the aggressiveness of McCullough. He doesn't back down from the defense. Embraces getting hit while shooting.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Outside Griffin. Back to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Harris. Outside Griffin. Trying to end. Oh, that was something else.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Three-pointer, Lillard. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays, but he knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
The pass to Claxton. Count that bucket.
The timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard outside. McCollum finds Lillard. No good on the triple.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Griffin passes to Harden. Lots of room. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up to score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
A good look from McCollum. It's in. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And McCullough is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
That shot, no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Harden grabs the miss.
With all these 3-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around the neck. Somebody tell he's got to be more unselfish.
And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Laces one from 3.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Johnson. Then it's Harden. Then there's Griffin. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Now here's Beverly. Kicks it to George. Up top, Leonard. Guarded by KD. George, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Harden the pass to Johnson. Durant feeling it out a bit. Griffin dishes to Dinwiddie. Fires from the corner. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And George kicks to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Morris for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Griffin. Harden outside. From deep three-point range, Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Stolen by Harden. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Griffin can't get it to go in. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And there's Katie. That's good on the assist by Dinwiddie.
Well, he's so effective close to the rim because Kevin Durant has the size, he has the feel, and he knows he can score at will.
Beverly the pass to Leonard. 16 feet away. Dinwiddie with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Griffin. Dinwiddie right side. And here's Harden. Just 5 to shoot. It's up a 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score.
Leonard finds Zubac. Now George. And it's George finishing it off.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside Durant. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Man, he is working them over on the inside. I'll tell you this, Kevin Durant every year gets more comfortable with the physicality of defenders. Incredible.
Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Harden scanning the floor. Johnson outside. Back to Harden. Now the pass to Griffin. To the inside. Shoots over Zubac. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to George. Launches a 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Zubac against Griffin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
Kennard with the ball. Got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nets out in front, leading by just 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had a...
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the 2nd round a few years ago.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Green. And it's Griffin in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And here comes Brown leading the fast break. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Brown. Irving's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Passes it to Mann. Jackson kicks to Kennard. No good on the 3. Nets leading by 4. Here's Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Brown. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan comes in for Blake Griffin. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Green. Clippers trail by 6. Outside, George. Here's Leonard, and he banks in the layup. Leonard's got his first points of the night.
Kawhi Leonard's length lets him play bigger than his size. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Irving against Beverly, and he lays in the alley-oop. And the Nets lead by 6.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Zubac. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym. So he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And here's Morris for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Morris has got 8 points.
You have now got to respect the three-point shooting ability of Marcus Morris. He understands now he's got to take that shot.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. James Harden comes in for Bruce Brown. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Pass to Mann. Kennard for 3. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo!
Dinwiddie is checked in for Brooklyn. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Jackson looking it over. The pass to Ibaka. Kennard on the wing. Guarded by Harden. And the 3 off target. Brooklyn leading by 4. Here's the lob for Harris. An easy 2 points on the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Now Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Kennard from the arc. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Dinwiddie finds Jordan. Outside, KD. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Reggie Jackson.
You know, the thinking is defensively trying to close off the lane, but how crafty is Kevin Durant at his ability to bounce off and still make you commit?
So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Joe Harris, and it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside Jackson. Passes to Kennard. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
George hacks a 2-pointer, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they were up by... And that should...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Marcus Morris.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. Morris passes to George. Shoots the 3. George missing again.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
With the shot. And Beverly kicks to George. Zubac trying to break loose. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Paul George. Here's Irving. Outside Durant. To the middle. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Well, the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet.
Jordan's confidence has just grown over the course of his career. DeAndre, for much of it, averaged less than 5 points per game, especially those first couple of years. Look at him now.
Pass to Zubac. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. And And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. Harden heading to the...
Boy, defensively, Kyrie Irving has gotten better and better. Nice anticipation there.
Beverly, the pass to George. For three, and stolen by Jordan. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. He lobs it up. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Nets leading by 4. Irving passes to KD. Back to Irving to the inside. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Harden against George. Top of the key, Ibaka. George trying to break free.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Outside Irving. Dishes to Harden. He kicks it to Durant. Lock at 6. Over Morris. No good off the front iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
There's the pass to Beverly. Now, here is George. He's got 7. Down low. Ibaka. This is to George. And a miss there on the triple. Brooklyn leading by 6. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here's Irving from deep. No good.
Well, what a stop by Patrick Beverly. One of the most aggressive, intense defenders in the league, regardless of size.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Harden. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Green in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Left side, Irving. Harden inside the three-point line. No good off the back of the rim. Clippers trail by 8. Kennard with the ball. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, you like to see Serge Ibaka be assertive on the offensive end, particularly on the interior.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Joe Harris comes in for Green. Brownie's checked in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Dinwiddie against Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said he just wants them to play faster. It feels like they've been too lackadaisical with the ball and that their aggressiveness just isn't there right now. Kevin, back to you.
Harris kicks to Brown. Pass to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to man. Here's Kennard. To the paint. Here's Batum. And Batum throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie.
Well, you see the elite nature of Paul George's game. Make a steal on one end, finish with authority on the other.
And Harden with the stop.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 6. Here's Leonard. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Kevin Durant.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Harden outside, pass to Griffin. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. From deep, George. The rebound by Harden.
When you're not in rhythm with the free ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Outside Irving. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Clippers.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Leonard the pass to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
The pass to Griffin. Outside Durant. There's the triple. Morris with the rebound.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
George looking over the floor to take the lead, and the layup is up and in. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Here's Durant, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
It's the first that narrows the gap to 1.
Well, Kevin Durant is an absolute nightmare for defenses. And if you're the opposing coach and he starts to take over, you've got to be thinking, what am I going to do with this guy? Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Beverly, the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Inside, stolen by Zubac. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Good.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
It's deflected. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
Now Beverly, pass to George. There's 31 seconds left in the game. Passes it to Leonard. Back to George. The three-pointer, no good. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And Durant puts up a deep three. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Thank you, David. Great.